For you guys that might be new to my channel, I've mentioned before that I work within the music industry. And I love what I do. I get to meet a lot of people. I get to be creative. I get to experience a lot of things and really be hands on with a lot of, the artists and just the marketing tactics behind a lot of, albums that you see out here and that you guys go pick up. But every now and then, I run across artists or, just people who are in the music industry, whether, you're rapping, singing, whether you're in a rock band, you do country, etc., that make comments that get under my skin, that irritate me. Now, you know, part of my job is marketing albums. A lot of times I'm in the studio with certain artists and I'm critiquing certain things, or I might say, okay, well, you ran out of breath on this part, let's do that part over, or say this way, or let's get this produced, or when it comes to actually marketing the product out, I'm in charge of saying, okay, well, let's do this billboard, or let's go after this type of commercial, or this sponsor, etc. Okay, and I never put an artist out there to have a gun in his hand, or doing some stereotypical type of thing that blacks are so-called attached to, or so-called condemned to doing. I never market any artist out like that. If anything, I try to take a positive aspect of them, or use positive creativity that I have in my mind to market artists out. I never go out here and portraying negative stereotypes. Now, I can't control what a lot of these artists say. It's freedom of speech. What they say in their records is them. I cannot control that. Okay, and at the end of the day, I have a job I have to do. So, I just wanted to put that out there briefly. But I ran across an article of a rapper that was interviewed. His name is Boosie. A lot of people call him LiL Boosie or Boosie Badass. And he just got out of prison. He was locked up, I think, for about I don't know, it might have been a year or two or something like that. I might be wrong on that, but he just got out of prison. And they had a all hip hop assets or whatever. They interviewed him. They were talking about a lot of different issues, whether it's from political issues or racial issues. And LiL Boosie went on a cooning spree. I mean, this guy was making all type of cooning statements, and I mean, just really tap dance and really using words that the white media have came up with, basically to put black people in a box, or basically shift blame off of what's really going on out here. I'm gonna read you guys what LiL Boosie said in the interview. I'm gonna try to do my little Boosie impersonation for y'all.
I feel like African Americans is the worst race in the world because, first of all, we kill each other, said Boosie. People always talk about this racist stuff, but the white man ain't waiting in your bushes with a chopper. The white man ain't trying to take the rims off your car. We're doing this to each other. So how can we say F the white man? He ain't doing nothing. But when we get in trouble, he's doing his job. Guilty. He ain't doing nothing wrong.
Okay, now that's what LiL Boosie said in this interview. And I did check out the actual video of the interview that he did with All Hip Hop. I will leave the link in the description box if you guys want to check out the video. It's like I believe a 20-minute video. And I mean, this is some cooning shit right here. First of all, what this brother is doing was, I hesitate even calling him a brother after his comments. What he's doing is he's using white media terms like black on black crime, and basically using talking points that the white media uses towards black people. You notice you never hear white people say, or people within the media say, white on white crime, or even Hispanic on Hispanic crime, or Arab on Arab crime. But there is a term out there, a so-called term, black on black crime. And the reason why the media uses terms like this is because you got a lot of police brutality going on. You got a lot of black folks who are getting beat unjustly or whatever, or dealing with police brutality, getting locked up, etc., etc. We saw what happened with Mike Brown and Jordan Davis and Trayvon Martin and countless other black Americans that have been gunned down wrongfully. And so what they do is they use terms like black on black crime, and they try to revert that and try to switch blame and say, well, you guys can't talk about the cops shooting you guys down because you guys are doing it to each other. You guys have killings in Chicago, or you guys have killings in LA with gangs. And they use that basically to shift blame, to basically say, okay, Negroes, shut the hell up. We don't want to hear none of that. You guys, have quote unquote black on black crime in your community, so we don't want to hear you guys talk about or be disgruntled about things like police brutality or wrongdoings that's done to you guys. That's basically what that term is used for. Then I noticed something else. He basically justified no snitching in the interview. Now, how was it that, first of all, how was it that you're critiquing the black community and saying that they are and this is his quote, they're the worst race in the world? How are you going to critique the black community for that, yet you promote violence and glorify the same stuff that you're critiquing the black community for? How is it that you're going to talk about black on black crime, so to say, but yet you're promoting no snitching, a destructive tactic that goes on within the black community to keep dysfunction going on? So this guy here is, his statements were highly ignorant. I was insulted by it, and it's things like this that kind of make me say, damn, I like what I do, but it's like a lot of times you don't even want to really be a part of this shit, because it's like you got cats coming out here like this, and LiL Boosie does not sum up all of hip hop. You got a lot of brothers out there, young and old, that do speak truth to power. And, they do come out here and they speak on certain issues and they keep it 100% real. Okay, but we also have characters like this that come out. And, they come out here and they use white media words, and they really come out here and coon and buck dance. And, a lot of people, I was reading the comments and everything, was saying, well, he did in the interview say, there's white people who contribute to things within the black community that causes the dysfunction, which is true, like putting drugs into our communities, etc., etc. But what people are not realizing is that when you look at the interview, when you listen to the interview, LiL Boosie did not voluntarily come out and say, yeah, okay, we have quote unquote black on black crime, but we also have the powers that be that are contributing to the quote-unquote black on black crime or the destruction that's within the black community. He did not voluntarily come out and say that. The interviewer brought that to his attention, and that's when he said, oh yeah, well yeah, we do have that, and we do have the Italians and the government putting drugs into the community. But he did not voluntarily come out and say that. And we have a lot of black folks out here on YouTube, within the media, or people who have a microphone in front of their face, like LiL Boosie, and become dangerous to us. That come out here and they make these ignorant statements, and they talk about quote unquote black on black crime, or us doing this, or us selling drugs, but they don't talk about the full spectrum. They don't talk about the ins and outs and the things that are contributing to our destruction every day here in this country. But I found this interview to be highly insulting. I was somewhat of a LiL Boosie fan. I do like some of his songs, but I can't support this cat anymore, because anytime you come out here and you basically say black folks or African Americans, whatever term you want to use, is the worst race in the world, that's low. That's low as hell. And I can't come out here, I can't buy nobody's records, I can't work with this cat or do anything like that when you making statements that are incorrect, that are ignorant in that manner, and that are basically cooning. I can't do it. But I just wanted to come out here and share this with everybody, because we got a lot of people out here, a lot of young cats, out here that listen to this guy, and You know, you guys buy these cats albums, but a lot of these people can care two shits about you. They can care less about what's going on in the black community. As long as they get theirs, that's all that matters. And like I said, I don't want, you know, LiL Boosie or, you know, those companies who come out here and coon and make ignorant ass statements to be the sum or the face and voice of all of hip hop. You know, I don't want to send that message out there, because we do have brothers out here who do speak on things, and I think a lot of times, you know, hip hop doesn't get credit for that, because there are brothers out here who are speaking the truth, who are really pointing out what's going on out here, whether they be underground or mainstream. But then we have cats like LiL Boosie. But that's all I gotta say. This is a coon ass dude right here for these statements, and you know. This goes to show you about the mindset of some of our people within our community. But if you guys want to check out the interview or read the article, I will leave the link in the description box. But you got to stop this goddamn cooning out here.